Housewarming.
When their mortgage was finally approved, the Carpenters couldn't contain their joy. At last, they could live like normal people. For the past 20 years, they'd been hopping from one rental to another, and frankly, it had worn them down. Now their kids were grown and financially independent, and it was finally time to think about themselves. Rumors that the bank might raise interest rates pushed them to act quickly. The Carpenters dashed around the city, searching for the perfect place, until they stumbled upon a charming little cottage at the edge of town. The price was a bit higher than they had planned, but still well below the cost of similar homes nearby. The small house with an attic stood at the end of a cul-de-sac, almost hidden behind thick lilac and maple trees. It was so obscured that from the road you could barely make out the house, let alone the number. Inside, it was clear no one had lived there in quite some time. Dust blanketed the furniture, and the grimy windows barely let the sunlight through. "We could build a grill out back," James said excitedly, "and maybe even a garage." "I like the garden more," Emma replied, glancing fondly at her husband. "I've been growing cucumbers on the balcony for years. This will be a dream." Sensing a hot lead, the real estate agent eagerly jumped in, highlighting the quiet location, spacious layout, and the fact that the owner hadn't lived there in a long time. "He inherited it but never moved in," she smiled. "You know how it is too much work with a private house. If you're ready to sign by the end of the week, there's even a discount." They scheduled the signing for the very next day and planned to move in over the weekend. Emma was already imagining herself tending to garden beds and couldn't wait to feel like the real owner of a cottage. "I say we clean up the living room and the big bedroom first," James suggested. "We can sleep on the couch. It looks like it folds out." "Great idea," Emma nodded, tying her long hair into a scarf. "I'll take care of the attic rooms during the week. Good thing I'm on vacation. I'll get a lot done. Maybe the kids will come help too." Emma spent the first 2 days scrubbing and cleaning everything she could find, delighted that the previous owner had left the house fully furnished. Still, there was something unsettling about the place, like the old towel still hanging in the bathroom, or the photo of an elderly, silver-haired man on the side table. Emma couldn't shake the feeling that the owner had merely stepped out and they were just house-sitting. So they quickly decided to throw out the lingering items that reminded them of the past. "Have you seen my phone?" James called from another room. "I left it on the hallway table, but it's gone." "Nope, haven't seen it," Emma shrugged. "Don't worry, I'll call it. It'll turn up." But when she tried calling, the robotic voice said the number was not registered on the network. Weird. They searched the house for nearly an hour, retracing their steps like detectives, until James suddenly froze. "Emma, look." The phone was right there on the hallway table, exactly where he had said it weighs exactly where they'd walked past it 10 times already. "You're kidding me," Emma frowned. "Is this a prank? I'm cleaning like crazy, and you're playing games." "I'm not joking," James insisted. "This is weird." But the third night after moving in brought something even stranger. From the attic above, they began to hear sighs and soft footsteps. At first, they thought it was just the old wooden beams settling. But then came a cough low and unmistakably human. "Okay, what the hell?" James muttered. "Maybe someone broke in?" "Please don't go," Emma whispered, clutching the blanket. "I'm scared." Armed with a rolling pin, James crept upstairs, telling Emma to call the police if she heard anything else. But the attic was empty. Feeling a bit ridiculous, he came back down. "Guess we're both hallucinating," he said. "Let's just try to sleep." But sleep wouldn't come. The sounds only stopped at dawn and returned the next night, and the night after that. The joy of buying their first home quickly began to fade. Emma started avoiding the house, spending her days planting flower beds and clearing out the overgrown garden. James, after work, buried himself in fixing up the two old sheds. They only went inside to eat quickly and go to bed. Emma didn't dare tell her husband that she felt like someone or something was always watching her in the house. She was afraid he'd think she was going crazy. But James felt it too, how the phone would disappear and reappear, how the TV changed channels on its own, how the hallway lights switched on and off without reason. One day, a middle-aged woman leaned over the fence. "Good day. I'm Mary. You must be the new owners?" "Yeah," Emma replied flatly, not looking up from her black currant bushes. She wasn't in the mood to chat. "I was wondering who'd end up buying this place," the woman continued. "Guess the old man gave you a good deal. Poor Mr. Pendleton passed away in here, you know." Emma looked up, startled. "What old man?" "Peter Pendleton. Lived here for over 20 years. Sweet old guy. Loved working in the garden. Played chess with my husband all winter. Shame, really. He slipped by the fireplace, broke his leg, couldn't move, laid there for a week before he passed. His grandson, Victor, was going to move in but left after 2 days. Said Grandpa's ghost kept him up at night." "He said what?" Emma blinked. "Oh yeah," Mary nodded. "Wouldn't shut up about it. But honestly, I think he just wanted the money from selling the place." Now convinced that it was Mr. Pendleton himself haunting them, Emma took some comfort in Mary's words that he was a kind man in life. Hopefully, he meant them no harm. Still, something had to be done. "I don't know what to do," James admitted one evening. "Maybe we should call Victor. His number's around here somewhere." "Let him talk to his grandpa," Emma said. "Tell him to leave us alone." But Victor refused to help. First he was busy, then he just stopped answering altogether. One afternoon, Emma spoke aloud into the empty room. "Mr. Pendleton, your grandson won't come. We're sorry we moved in without knowing. We had no idea. We've nowhere else to go. Please let us stay." As if in response, a small ceramic cactus pot fell off the windowsill. Emma barely flinched. "I called him 3 times today. Yesterday too. No answer. He said he doesn't care about the house anymore. We're not trying to disturb you, we just want a peaceful life." It was the first time in nearly 2 months that Emma spoke directly to the presence in the house and felt like she was heard. That night, for the first time since moving in, the Carpenters slept peacefully. No footsteps, no sighs, just silence. It seemed Mr. Pendleton had finally accepted the new owners and let them be.